Good morning, traders. This is Barry Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is 7 minutes till 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday, October 21st. So, looking back at Friday's session, right? Just a pop and a flop for the Russell, but it went right back into Thursday's value area. And then the NASDAQ and the ES just, very tight, right under this XS and A line from Thursday. So, this is the level that I'd be more cautious shorting above uh, until it got back below, then look for another setup. And it just coiled right up under there. So, uh, bears still in control at that point in time. And then looking at the Dow, it just came back down. You know, Repaired those single prints. Traded through them, and then responded right back up. If we look at what that did to structure on it, we have the only thing that's really odd is, or that was an anomaly, I should say, is the way that the Russell traded. Uh, so that it has an excess line in A now, and then we can still reference those lines. I dashed them out in the Nasdaq and the ES, but we can still reference that you've got basically a 2 day, 1.5, 2 day balance below that line. So getting back above it, you have to see if you're going to get continuation or just a stop run, and then so that's going to be kind of a pivot line for me, more so that I would look for longer trade. I would look for long trades holding above those levels, and look for short trades, uh, on this side of it, especially if you clear above this and then you come back under it. That would be the preferred trade at that point in time. So looking at the week, there's really nothing on this week that really sticks out. About the biggest news event for the week as we go down through everything is durable goods on Friday, and that's really not that big of a deal, to be honest with you. It should probably just be a single red star. So just single red star events. And if we look at earnings, Tesla Wednesday after the bell is going to be the big earnings for the week. So, that's one that you'll want to be flat before they come out after the bell Wednesday, just to, safeguard your capital. Looking at positioning for today, the Qs are currently trading 483.30. I'm sorry, the Qs are currently trading 492.64. Let me rephrase it. The Qs are trading 492.64. So they're trading, right at the bottom of basically about another 30 points from here is around the low, and then you've got 487 should be your bottom marker for the day. That would be basically around 240 points down below where we're currently trading, is where that marker would be, and then we'd have to watch to see what would happen to the upside. Uh, Getting over 495 would be really what you want to watch to see if that's possible or not. So uh, you're looking at 100 points above where we're currently trading to the upside. So, and that's perfectly reasonable for not a lot going on Monday. So you're looking around 20,500 each would be around where this level is. Looking at the SPY real quick, the same way. The SPY is currently trading 583.27. So it's, right in this, they're both lined up kind of at the bottom of where the heavier call uh, area is for for the day, or if you look at it this way, right at the bottom edge of where there's some call positioning. So getting under those, right, makes these calls worthless, right, below there, and makes these puts start to be worth something. So your flip line is going to be 580. That's going to be about 33 points down below where the ES is currently trading. Uh, so you're looking at basically 58.60 is around where that line is for today. And then looking at the cash market, we closed at 58.64. We're currently down 13, so we're basically trading 58.50 right now as we, as I'm talking on the mic this morning. If the stock market were to open right now, this is where we'd open 58.50. We're right on this large gamma for the week. And if we look at for today down here, you can see that there's, really not anything to hang your hat on as far as positioning. So it's just, the weekly positions that's kind of, drawn us into here so far today. So basically, you're just looking at, plus or minus 25 point increments at this point in time. And then, of course, your 50s would be your outer edges. I don't know if you're going to get, 50 points down or 50 points up today. You might just get, 25 down or something of that magnitude. Looking at where we are, you can start to see that we've got a little bit of a lid here at 5900-ish, between 5900 and 5930 on the futures. And as we go across, you can also see that you're basically one time framing higher, uh, all the way up here on the session as we go. So you're kind of, you know, getting that reverse wedge, if you will. So the the Bulls really need to take it up and get over that and hold it, right? Maybe put in another little leg up, and then start flagging up there. But basically, it's this minor trend line that starts on October 9th. You can draw that any way you want from the bottom of these lows. Uh, this is really what I think that if you start breaking it, there's really nothing to keep you from coming all the way back to 57.8850 this week. I don't think it would happen today, but as we get narrowing, right, in these daily candles, what you can get is range expansion, and that range expansion could be to either side, but the downside would be, potentially more likely. And then you can see you've got a little bit of, daily single prints that you'll be looking at, or a split distribution right at this 58, 50. So, again, that's going to be right around, 42 points lower. That would be the decision point. Taking out this low, last week's low here on the 15th is really what I would be watching to see if that holds or not. And then I'm going to look at this until proven otherwise. Is a distribution above that level at 58.50 and a distribution below this level to see if, we get, and you can see below there's not a lot until you start getting back down to the major support would come in right around this 5800 to 58 85 84.75 right in there. Looking at another way, uh, we're kind of in balance, right, with this 20,000 680 as a top for now, and then potentially, we could go down and retest this 20,251 for any time this week. If we start building traction below there, we may stop right here at 20,063, uh, but that would be a a hands-off location for me. I wouldn't step in front of that. If I see structure forming when we hit that low to the upside, I would start looking at those trades, but I wouldn't jump out and buy a first test of that. And then it's right back down to this 19,864 basically. For the ES, again, kind of covered this, but this 5820 and then 5770 uh, 57.25 is really the low that if any time I would say in the next 6 to 8 weeks, if we start trading below there, we'll just have to see if it's just a sucker move down into this 56.75. That's a 50-point window right there, and then trading back above it. So have to see how long or not this will be lived, but potentially that would be your sign of bigger things happening, and that this 57.25 would still be your bogey line. Crossing back above it, you would start looking for longs again, uh, holding below it, and then getting below 57 or 56.75. You'd really start looking for shorts. And remember, when the shorts trade on these daily candles, it's usually a very fast, hard liquidation for 1 to 3 sessions, maybe 5 at the most. But I would look for a 3-day liquidation. But by the time you would get down here, you'd already be in, a couple. But you could technically print this in about, I think you could get down here in 3 sessions from where we are right now. Uh, so overnight action, 32.5 points. You can see that we're just sitting here treading water again near these highs. We had that, sweep up last week and then, right back down into range, but not getting anywhere at this point in time. Keep in mind, longer term, these are still your magnet levels down here around is 58, 50 basically, and then this 5800. Looking at where we are in the overnight session, we can see that the Russell has traded below Friday's bell low, uh, and it's come back up into range. So see if it can get back up into value. And value is just like a point, basically positive. So it's only 3 points away from being back up in value and basically trapping these traders overnight. For the NASDAQ, you've really got to get up to, and I would expect some resistance up here at this 20,470 area. This should be first test resistance. It would also be sweeping these highs out before the breakdown overnight. Uh, and then this is really your decision point at this point in time as we get back up there. And that's if we don't hold that, no one's promising that we're going to get up to value very low, but it's a high probability area. I wouldn't take a long thinking that that's where we're heading. But as we get there, again, this is a hands-off area, and just sit on your hands, watch the tape develop, and see which way you start to form, and you could potentially form some structure between value area low and the point of control right there at 20,484. Uh, and then if it just is narrow consolidation for, I would say, at least 90 minutes, and then it falls back below value area low, that would be rejection. And you should be targeting at least down to this initial low that was set at 5:30 this morning, right around in that area. So I really don't have too much today. It looks like, there's no real catalyst today as far as anything going on that's going to move this tape. So again, all you're looking for are those runs of time cycles. And I would say, look for a 1 to 2 time cycle, setup, and then with a basically 1 time cycle distribution. So you're looking at, maybe an hour to set something up and maybe a 20 to 30-minute run until it, you know, tapers off. And then I think that's all you're looking for today. I don't know if you're going to get continuation to either side. I will point out, and here's my last bit of technical, uh, you know, look at for today. If you connect this overnight high about 9:30 last night down to if you look at all these highs, you can see that you kind of beat them out by time on both of these indexes. Connect them down to about this 2 o'clock or 2:30 a.m. low. Uh, that distribution line, and then we can see, watch the next high that is formed in the ES and the NASDAQ. Do the same thing for the NASDAQ. That line should be resistance. So watch the first swing high this morning. If it does not clear these levels and get the stop run from this consolidation from 2 to 5 o'clock, what you're looking for is duplicate that line, drag it over to where that swing high is, and there's a potential that that's going to be a resistance line, and you're going to just be kind of one time framing lower. As you every time you hit that line, it's going to be resistance. And there's, if you were to draw this out, we're crossing that old line, but you can see we beat it here by time. If you're aggressive, which I wouldn't want to be, I'd want to see it proven. You could drag it the line that the same angle of the line that's here. You could start off and put it on this 5 to 630 area, around in that area, kind of form fit it and then see. But it's lining up around right, not too far off we're from where we are right now. So again, coming into value. So again, that's one setup. That would be a very aggressive down move if those trend lines down hold, right? That'll probably be shorts all day long if those hold. Otherwise, you see those break in and you see that sweep. It's more of the same of what we had last week. I hope this helps you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.